I hate to admit it, but I was scanning the cable news channels this evening and happened to come across a segment, Bill O'Reilly, which I may do a video on that particular segment about covering Donald Trump later. But this particular segment caught my eye because I noticed a Puerto Rican Jew, Geraldo Riviera, Geraldo, as he was Geraldo, as he was known in New York before they ran him out of New York. And he made a comment, actually several comments, that I could not disagree with more. So I'm going to play the clip and then I'm going to comment on it.
Geraldo, what about the racist stuff? Is it out of control?
I think that to pretend that Trump suddenly introduced race into the political mix is both intellectually sloppy and hypocritical. Race is part of American politics. Race is part of why we have the modern Republican Party. The Southern strategy is based on exploiting the white resentment in the old Confederacy to the civil rights movement. The Democratic Party, the base of the Democratic Party, is encouraging the urban African American and Latino voter to flock to them as part of their own resentment. Race is at the foundation of American politics, and to pretend that Trump brought it into the fray is absolutely wrong. It is a.
Now, let me ask a question. Who was the first one to talk about Mexicans as being criminals and rapists? I don't think it was Ted Cruz. I don't think it was Marco Rubio. I don't think it was Jeb Bush. I don't think it was Carly Fiorina. I don't think it was Ben Carson or anybody else. I think the first one to bring that particular topic up was Donald Trump. And for approximately 2 weeks, pretty much all the media outlets did the right thing by condemning Donald Trump for saying those things. But slowly but surely, first with Fox and then with other cable news outlets, they got off of him as far as criticizing him about it. So, yeah, Donald Trump was the first one to bring race into the mix. Okay? Donald Trump also was the first candidate that's where it's been recorded that he was retweeting white supremacist posts with misinformation about black on white crime. And when confronted about it, he basically said that it was information on the internet and he just retweeted it. And he would not answer whether he supported it or not. So Mr. Trump was full of crap, and so is Geraldo Rivera. But now he's going to make another comment that is absolutely asinine and out of this world.
Wrong. Trump is not a racist. Furthermore, I predict that Trump may get as much, in my opinion, as 25% of the African-American vote. Why? Because he's anti-free trade or unfair trade. He's anti-immigration. The immigrants perceived by many black Americans as being in direct competition to them. I think that to suddenly make him different than American politics today is extremely unfair, though.
Okay, Mr. Rivera, the numbers do not bear you out. And I am not going to be stupid enough to say that some crazy black people are not going to vote for Donald Trump, because that just is not true. There are going to be some black people that vote for Donald Trump. But for you to say 25%, and I've heard some crazy people say as much as 50% are going to vote for Donald Trump, that is so far out of this universe that an LSD trip would seem like a walk through the park. Black people are not going to vote for Donald Trump. Okay, that's just it in a nutshell. And they're also reporting that Hispanics are going to. Well, Mr. Trump claims that Hispanics are going to support him in large numbers. And the latest survey that I saw showed that 77% of Hispanic people have an unfavorable view of Donald Trump. That 23%, in my opinion, is probably people of Cuban descent, because for some reason Cubans seem to like Mr. Trump.
All right. And